my check-in this morning and something's off. I'll go through that in a sec. Gone from 71.3, which is the lowest on prep, 25 pounds down, and I've gained 0.6 since yesterday, like a fucking idiot. So this check-in was actually the first check-in with a posing coach as well. So I'm going to send over my picture to my coach, and I've also got a posing coach. I think I still look good, but I was praying on a refeed and looking at the inflammation. I don't know if he's going to give me a refeed based on that, so we're going to see. So I'm about to check in, and then I'll talk you through what I'm putting in my check-in, because I'm pretty sure you're going to want to hear this. Obviously we are 8 weeks out, so I have time to let it cool down, and then we'll see whereabouts it is that we're at. So check-in, we've got check-in 103 with Keefe. Digestion, again, really good. Hunger, sky high, of course, mate. Yeah, that is that, mate. I have just checked in. So yeah, it's one of them, but listen, it's been done now. The glutes are definitely more shredded though. I've definitely got better glutes in this week, to be honest with you. You don't really get better than that, do you? This is why I love getting up at this time of morning. We did see the sun just then, but we don't see it anymore. Right, so we've got the first meal, which is 80 grams of hydro rice with cinnamon, 2 gram pink salt, and then we've got blueberries as well. So 2 different flavours actually. I don't know if you can see, 2 different flavours. We've got caterpillar, which is this one. And then we've gone for, my niece picked this, but we have gone for carrot cake as well. So I'm going to tuck into this pre-workout meal full of goodness. Didn't really last very long, did it? I don't know if anyone else does this, but obviously when you're in prep or when you're dieting for a show, you always seem to choose a smaller spoon just because it makes your meal feel bigger. You're having to get more and more. Meta pre. I ordered quite a lot from Perform, so I ended up getting a free shaker. So we're gonna make pre, and then we're gonna literally get straight to the gym because I've got an upper day that is in. So anyone that knows me will probably be able to agree at the fact that I'm like one of the biggest advocates for pre-workout. And I always say to people, because when my clients ask me, they always ask me like, you know, what pre-workout do you take? Should I take pre-workout? And I think for me, if I never started taking pre-workout in the first place, oh shit, is that even on? If I never took pre-workout, how would I look now? Would it make much of a difference? And I always get a lot of clients that ask me like, should I take pre-workout? What should I take? Is it needed? What does it do? And I think pre-workout's always a bit of a weird one, because for me at the moment, if I was to just completely stop taking it, I think I'd still be, my body would be capable of training just as hard and whatnot. But I think now, because I've had it for so long, I've become accustomed to it. And it's probably not a good thing, because there comes a point with pre-workout, like with any kind of caffeine or anything like that, where you do get to a point where you need more of it. You need more of it. Your tolerance gets higher and higher and higher and higher, and you do have to eventually stop taking it as much because you just don't feel it. So if you can get through some good session, you know, you can get a good pump in the gym, you can do whatever, you don't need the extra boost of energy or whatever it might be, or grit, then I'd probably say don't take it. It's a weird one. But anyway, I'm gonna go to the gym, get a juicy pump in, and then I'll see you when I'm dying in the car for workout. Right, fellas. I think, give me a minute, let me just crack open one of the cold ones, boys, because we've got something to celebrate. I've just done my back day. No, I've not. What am I on about? I'm that excited. I've just done my upper day. It's Friday. So we've just wrapped up an upper day. We've just wrapped up cardio. Halfway through my session, Keithy's checked me, and I haven't listened to the full voice note yet, and I will do in a minute. But what I do know is that as of Keithy's coaching, he sends over an update for that week on steps, macros, cardio, salt, and hydration numbers. It's always after the initial check-in, so when he sends that over, I know where I'm heading without listening to the voice note. Lads, it's all mind. It is all mindset. So, the macros for, and this is for the rest until next check-in, which is wicked. We've got 200 protein, 335 grams of carbs, and 50 fats training day. And then you've got rest day, protein at 200 the same. Fats have come up 10 grams up to 55 from 45. And then carbohydrates have come from 175 up to 245. So it's not a massive amount of increase, but I actually think I could probably gain condition. And he's actually changed my steps on a non-training day to 11,000. But to be honest with you boys, I'm actually doing... My average step count over the last week has been 12. It's been 13,000, and that's been done subconsciously. But like I said, I've been on my walk early on this morning, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to sip my nice little tin. I'm going to reply to a couple of clients. And boy, what a session after that, mate. Honestly, I think that a lot of this kind of prep life is all about mindset and what headspace that you're in. And Keithy's just saved that session, and I feel wicked, so I'm buzzing. I'm going to crack on. We'll show you my post-workout. I need to make up my diet as well, obviously, from the 230 grams of carbs up to the 335, so we'll see. But yeah, wicked. Anyway, lads, see you in a bit. $100 grams of hydro rice, 40 grams of whey, which is the maple syrup, 25 grams of almond butter and 100 berries. Stunning. Have you had one?
What?
Have you had one?
What? Oh, you were talking to camera.
Camera can still hear you. Anyway, I'm going to eat this. They just wrapped up a call with one of my clients, and the call was essentially because up to this point he hasn't lost any weight, right? And as again, being an online coach, you've got to be ruthless in certain situations, and then you've got to be understanding in some. And in this situation, this client just wasn't tracking the macros, and he's not eating the right food that we've got on the diet plan. So we just had a quick chat. It was nice to get to speak to him again, and to conclude the call, the way that I've come at it is, right, mate, you send me over the some options for food that you actually enjoy, that you eat on a daily basis. For each meal, what is it that you'd want to see? What is it that you can't eat, or that you won't eat? Simply just won't. Because I mean, there's certain things like for me, like olives and stuff like that, that I won't eat. But I've asked him to get back to me today, just with some options as to what it is that he will and won't eat. And from that, what I am going to do is I'm just going to make a diet plan based off what he said he's going to have, and then still put my nutritional knowledge to good use within that to make sure that, for instance, he's not going to keep eating bread for his carbohydrate in every meal. Right, so we've gone for meal. What meal is this now? I don't even know what meal this is. Meal 3 of the day. So we've got 200 grams of chicken, 100 grams broccoli, 40 grams of cottage cheese, and 60 grams dry weight rice. Relatively low in fat, apart from a little bit of the cottage cheese. And then, yeah, I'm going to scran this because I've also got another meal after this, which includes beef mince, and I've also got 6 rice cakes and all the shibaz that goes on that. Fucking starving. And a bit of a drink. That's it. Me done. Mark has been on with me for a little bit now, just over 6 months. So when I say, right, send your form, send your training videos over to your coach, this guy is the definition of progression when it comes to training. Because, I mean, as an online coach, I mean, he's in LA, right? I'm pretty sure he's in LA. I can't go over and train him. Do you know what I mean? I'm in the UK, right? I can still train him just as much as what a regular PT would be able to do. And I can do his diet, and I can do his check-ins, and I can do everything that an in-person PT can do. And don't get me wrong, I'm not shitting on in-person PTs. What I am saying is I can cover a hell of a lot more bases if you can send me your form videos. And Mark does exactly that. He's like the advocate in the group chat for people sending over form videos. I always see it. He's always telling people to send over the form videos. In the group chat, we've got a lot of clients in, right? And I've seen it countless times. He's telling people to send form feedback, because when it comes to clients, there's a lot of people that just don't want to record yourself. The problem is, by not recording yourself, is you're missing a massive, massive gap in ways that you can progress. Yes, it's great getting a leaner physique, but are you actually growing muscle? Are you actually training right? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, steps, I've only got about 1,000 left to do, so I'm gonna go on a walk and then we're gonna finish off the day. Right, so instead, what I'm gonna do, rather than just literally get some steps in and whatnot, I've realised that it's actually 7:36. I've been doing that form feedback, check-ins and all the good stuff with the calls quite a bit of time. So it took me quite a bit of time, so we're gonna go with the meal 4. Anyway, 5% grass-fed lean steak mince. We've got some rice that I made earlier on, already prepped. We've got some cottage cheese, and I've thrown some broccoli in the air fryer, so we're gonna crack on and we're gonna do a little bit of sutting. So yeah, anyway. So I've had this last meal, definitely just is a go-to for me, to be honest, these kind of meals. I didn't include any of the extra fats, extra carbs in my first meal. So I've had to just shove them all into post-workout and so on. So because I've had to have 2 meals in 2 hours, which are quite heavy, quite a lot of carbs, quite a lot of food, just come out for a last minute digestion walk. To update you lads, it's 8:20 in the evening. I'm on way over 11,000 steps now, probably like 12.5. But that is not only a full day's worth of food, but it's a full day in my life as to what a day in the life looks like for me on just what is 8 weeks. I'm sure it's 8 weeks out. Prep, 29th of August. So there's your correction for the first show anyway. Stay tuned for an announcement, because it's not only going to be one. Don't think. Anyway, I don't think. Anyway, so yeah, I will see you on the flip.